Hello everybody, a video request. This comes from a young man who needs to find a roommate and wants to know how to find a roommate so that the roommate isn't batshit insane. Hello Aaron, love your channel, man. I'm writing you because I'm ready to move into a new apartment in a few months and I'm in the process of evicting a troublesome roommate. Got any advice on how you'd go about conducting a background check on a prospective roommate? I know to ask for references and pay stubs, but a prospective roommate can fudge both of the above. I'm starting university next year. I absolutely cannot have anybody using controlled substances on my lease. Well, you can write that in there and say you can evict them once you find. So you can write that in the lease. And I'm assuming if you're the one who's looking for a roommate, you have the lease and you're going to rent it to somebody else. So that's a premise that will become important later. It will wipe out any or all job prospects in my field of study. An epilepsy diagnosis has kind of put me on end to my present career. I paid for 2 years community college out of pocket and in debt 3. How would you go about conducting a background check if you were taking a roommate on board? I'd like to hear your opinion on one of your videos. Thanks, Austin. Okay, well, here's the deal. I took some notes because here it depends on the state, and the laws are going to vary state to state. And sometimes it even varies in cities. But in general, the fact you are looking for a roommate means, at least here in Minnesota, you could discriminate whatever the hell you want. So this is why you could say when people are looking for Christian roommate, single white female looking for Christian roommate, well, you just discriminated. You're a sexist, you're a religionist and all that. But that's fine because you're looking for someone who's living inside your actual living quarters. Now, if you're renting out an apartment, then you cannot discriminate on those grounds. So since you are a roommate, I'm quite sure, but it depends on your state. I'm quite sure you can do whatever the fuck you want. So there's a couple things, different categories of what you could do. You could do a background check, and you go and you can only. I'll send you the email link, but you can. There are various background check services out there. And you could do a criminal and a financial background check, so you can use your credit, what do they call them? Not your credit institutions. Your credit bureaus, TransUnion, Experian, I forget the third. So you can download their form, say you need to fill out this form, you need to fill out this application, and then they'll provide social security number and all this other stuff, and then you send that off to Experian or TransUnion, and you get their financial report. So that's one thing you can do. You could also do a criminal background check. There are some other bureaus or agencies that do that, so check into that in your state. And then I want to say that you want to make sure that it is one of the accredited ones, and I will send you an email because I can't put a link up here. Actually, I'll put a link below, where there are only certain authorized agencies that you could go to do that. There are also these, I don't want to call them fly-by-night because some of them are certainly legitimate, but there are many other services offered online that will do background checks for you. But regardless, you will want to have them fill an application, get the credit scores, credit report, and then also do a criminal background check. Now, you can also do your own research without having to go through one of these bureaus or hiring out a service. I still would do that, but if you don't have the time, I don't know why you would do that, but other research that you could do could be on your own. So you could go to your local police department and take a look at their criminal history. You can look it up state and local. Just go to your police department. Sometimes you just go online and you can do that. You will want to go to the sex offender registry. Look that up online. You can do that. And then just, what girls and HR bitches do to you when they want to either go, well, they don't want to go on a date with you. They're going to try and find something wrong with you and a reason not to hire you. So they're going to investigate your private life. So go on Facebook, see, fake friend them, set up a fake friend profile account, send them a friend request, and see what we got going on Facebook. Go to Google their name, go to LinkedIn, see if they got a job, all that other kind of stuff. So once you do that more thorough, practical type background, me personally, having rented rental property, that's pretty good enough. I haven't had a lot of troubles, but since that's me renting someone their own separate space, when they're living with you in your own room or your apartment, now there's like some personality issues that might be a problem there. And you could have someone that has great credit, stays up blasting Metallica till 4 a.m., is just a complete douche. So what I would do is rent to people you know, even if they're friends, and you may end up ruining the friendship in the end. You could tell, like, go visit people at parties, and say, oh, let me check out your room, and all of a sudden the room is like really clean, and the guy goes to bed at 10, and they got straight A's. People that you personally know to be reliable employed people. That's another way to do it. And say, hey, I'm looking for a roommate. If when's your lease up? That kind of thing. Another thing is just have a month-to-month lease. Say, look, I could kick you out. Well, if a roommate, I think you can kick them out at any time, and you're in the process of eviction. Again, it does depend on local and state law. But put it in the lease that's a month-to-month, and you have the right to kick them out in 30 days. And then these are some bigoted. They're not even racist. They're just prejudiced rules. Like if it were up to me, what type of people would I have? One, I would prefer guys over girls. And keep in mind, this doesn't hold. This is why you should be doing all this other investigative research to find someone. Because this isn't to say that men tend to be cleaner than women. Men do tend to be cleaner than women. But that doesn't always hold. I've known guys who are pigsties and all that. But I would typically go with guys over girls because you're not going to deal with drama. That's one thing, because they're going to be in your personal abode, and it's just, I just don't deal with drama. So but that's just me. I would definitely take your nerdy STEM guys over your loud dude bro, frat boy, business major types. That's another thing. I would take people that have to support themselves as well. I've seen a lot of people who mom and dad they have all the money in the world, but they can never pay the fucking rent. And then I would find typically your religious or your Christian type people. They don't actually have to be religious, but just like good moral code. And a good proxy for that is, no, I got to go to church, or I got to go to synagogue or mosque or whatever. That's going to put you in a lower risk category of people as well. Again, it ain't going to guarantee anything. You can have there's bad people across all different types of things, but that's just me. So anyway, more importantly though than anything else is do your background checks. Have them fill out an application. It's kind of self-explanatory. Well, how do I find them? Well, just go online, find a background service, a checking service, and they have an application. The person who's applying to be your roommate will probably have to pay a fee, or you're going to have to pay a fee. It's up to you how you want to do that. And then just send it in. You'll get the report back, and that will tell you if he or she has good credit and whether they have a criminal background. It ain't going to tell you whether they're going to be a good roommate and whether they're going to go to bed and whether they're going to pick up after themselves. So, anyway, best of luck. Oh, finally, one thing is the best advice. Just try not to have a roommate. I know it's hard for younger people, but man, it's worth the extra money not having a roommate, because your life, as you know, everyone's busy studying, going to work, blah blah blah. And for those of us who are responsible people and want to advance our lives, you cannot. I had one guy, he was doing pot and he was just fucking psycho, and yeah, I got the extra money and the guy did pay, but it wasn't worth that stress. It wasn't worth the drama and constantly having to be an adult to this child. So your life is too short, and there's too much more important shit going on in your life to lose sleep and have stress and all this other crap, as you know. And that's it. So there's no 100% guarantee, but if you do these things and you look out for a certain profile, oh, did you just say profile? Yes, I did. Yes, I did, ladies. You can have yourself kind of like a better chance at having a stress-free, no bullshit tenant. Anyway, best of luck, toodles.